Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Turn it up, y'all, peak flow.
We've had spotty showers since about 7 a.m. here in D.C., and the radar indicates it's going to continue, but nothing to stop football from happening at FedEx Field. Just as we were getting ready for air, both teams coming out of their locker rooms, out of the tunnel, and this crowd is pumped up as their Redskins get set to match up with Tom Brady and the defending Super Bowl champion New England Patriots. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They run with Adrian Peterson, the second active leading rusher in the NFL. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
On second down, Peterson looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
It's 3rd down and 6.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. 3rd down. Here's Haskins. Here's a screen to Powell. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 10 yards there. Good for a Redskin first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing now. Haskins on 1st down. All that, and it only nets him a yard. It's 2nd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Here's Haskins. And the throw there going to be incomplete. That's a pretty good opening possession defensively.
And you know the goal is to make something of a statement, especially on the road with your first defensive possession, isn't it? Go right out and establish yourselves and let them know this is going to be tough going all game long.
And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. Brady and the Patriots now 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
Hey, Haywood, easy. Sugar.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Wait, 20. Right there, 56. Rip left. Go bandit. 72.
On 2nd and 9, Brady. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. They do a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
The Redskins take over 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. Henry, go. Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball. 2-6. Give me that. Shoot up. Take off.
Now after the turnover, here's Haskins. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The veteran Jason McCourty there to make sure that one didn't find its target.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. 7 yards on the play, and they're going to face a third down. A second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. Haskins on 3rd down, and he finds the tight end, Reed. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down. Now a play fake here on first down. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterbacks have been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Flush to his right. He'll run it. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on second down.
On 3rd down, Haskins. That's going to be caught by Richardson. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Now, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
This one fielded at the 5, pushing through the contact. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, ball 66. Hey, Delta. Kill. Pilot, 64, weak. 25, check 25. Alert flare. Ball 50. Hey, orbit.
On play action, now Brady. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 15 yards on that one, and New England has a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Quit talking about it and bring it. Alert. Smooth. Let's go, defense.
On first down, Brady. Flushed out right. Now he'll pull it down. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Brady. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete.
Hey, check it. 56 is the mic. 56 is the mic. 50.
From the gun on third down, Brady. He's going deep for Brown. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. They control the clock, they control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Michelle going to try again. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Let's get it.
So backed up to the 6 now. Third and goal.
Hey, echo. 56 the mic, boy. 56. Check 56. I got it. Like 56. Go bandit.
Shotgun now for Brady. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. N'Keal Harry, his second touchdown on the season. And the Patriots have taken the lead. Bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see. Great quality to have, and you absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. But I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just the second drive, they've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Now it's AP, Adrian Peterson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Ready. 56 yards. Run. Trying to collect. Watch out.
Now Haskins, 3rd and long. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. He was looking for Paul Richardson there. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said. 3rd and long, got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
55, Mike, 55. Defense wins championship. Hey, 56.
So after the INT, it's Brady. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Hey, exit. Mike, 55. Check. Shadow.
Looking back to the air on second down. It's Brady. He's going deep for Brown. This is caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A gain there of 30 big ones.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? A guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field. Pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route, well run, and the football, right on the money.
And they will run it with Michel. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They come out here in the eye.
56, right there, 56. I got you. Switch.
Hey, go 66.
On second down, Michel. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Wait, 20. 53, land now.
Here we go. Check it, Humphrey.
Hey, you.
Crash.
Hey, check it.
Brady now on 3rd and goal. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Off the edge, the sack by Matt Ioannidis.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
On second down now, it's Peterson. Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
The Patriots will take their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Now this is fielded in the end zone. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Pats will take over at their own 20. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10.
52, right 52. I got one.
By 52, let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Alpha.
To throw again, Brady. He's going to look deep down the field. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here, because they did incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock, because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
72.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Fielded just inside the 30. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Escaping the pressure right. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right.
Hey, let's calm down. Hey, let's go. Calm the crowd. Hey, tight.
15 seconds.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Haskins. Looking and finding Allen Hurns. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A gain there of 21 yards. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Now Haskins. To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. And they try to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Haskins on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the 2nd half. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the 2nd half. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Let's go.
26-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. Touchdown, Washington! Adrian Peterson, his 1st touchdown on the year. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
This is taken at the 3. Then he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They had the interception on the last drive, which led to the tying touchdown. So 10-10 the score as they begin 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Got a man. It's Brown. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Brady. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
The throw on 2nd down by Brady is incomplete. They were trying to go to Brown once again, and it's 3rd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
56, Mike, 56. Switch up. 56, Mike, 56, right there, 56.
Go Bandit. Hey, Delta.
56, Mike.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Got his man. That's Harry. A very solid gain of 27.
Well, there's simply no sense in wasting a great catch like that on a short gain. Get downfield like you just did there and use it up that way.
No dink and dunk. Now a 1st down carry. It's Michel. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Sony Michel, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Extra point try for Gostkowski. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10. Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description, because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play action pass could very well be open.
He goes full extension, and he's got it. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Redskin 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
First and 10.
Now Haskins on 1st down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jason McCourty, a safety blitz and a sack. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case, because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Check 43.
To throw on 3rd down. Haskins. Oh, he's going to go for it all. And it's knocked away and incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
That's all right. No, 66. Hey, gold 66. Hey, Alabama.
This drive starts out on the ground with Michelle. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Gold 50. Hey, Orbit. 55.
Throwing on second down. Brady. And they're going to get to him. That is going to be a safety. Tom Brady taken down to the end zone. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender.
Oh.
To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
That's a lot of points. Haskins and the Redskins come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now Peterson. Space to maneuver at the 40. And a cutback right sideline. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Peterson. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And all the way down to the 5. A big run there. 29 yards and a first.
That's another Washington Redskins.
They'll run with Peterson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. Now a run with Peterson. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. Eluding the pressure right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Allen Hurns, his first touchdown on the year. And the Redskins are going to retake the lead. On is Hopkins now for the extra point. And the lead is now 2. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. Now Brady. And that's going to be intercepted. Landon Collins, the Pro Bowl safety. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. They go play action here on 1st down. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Lawrence Guy, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Back now at FedEx Field. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Now it's Haskins. Here's a screen to Powell. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. And now time will be called here as we've got an injured Redskin down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. Haskins now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Dancing to his left, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Robert Quinn in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Off the play fake. Here's Haskins. Hearns brings it in. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
It's a 6-yard loss on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden, they're down. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. He's going deep for Brown. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. Tom Brady needing a 4th quarter comeback here. He's actually only done it 8 times in the last 5 years, but if you break that down further, the Pats in those years rarely losing in the 4th quarter like they are now. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
On 3rd and long, it's Brady. He's going deep for Brown. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And take it right at the 35.
The Redskins take over 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Let's go now. Check 52 right here. 52. Right here, right here. Yo, yo. What do you want?
They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play, and it'll be a 2nd and long.
What's tight? Tight ends right. What's tight?
On 2nd down, here's Haskins, and he whips that one incomplete there. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important 3rd down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get 1st downs and eat away at the clock.
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. It's the rookie from Vandy, Juwan Williams, with a pick. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
Wait, that. Wait, 20. You draw corker. Sugar. Hey, wahoo.
Brady now on first down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
With the Eagles.
That's right. It's then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 now from the 21. 2nd down, Haskins. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. On 3rd down, here's Hunt. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up the 4th down. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back. Tell him to take care of the ball and try and move forward.
And he's going to take it all the way into the end zone. What a return, and they've taken the lead.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Hey, Alabama. Hey, Echo.
They'll run for it with Michelle, and he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Lawrence Guy in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. 2 huge plays there down the stretch. The sack on 2nd down. Now they force the incompletion. That's going to lead to a do-or-die 4th down.
And they look like they've got the confidence right now that no matter what gets thrown against them, whatever play gets run, they have the ability to shut it down. They're just brimming with it right now.
Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. They'll run on first down. Michelle. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Bravo.
Brady to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. On the ground is Michelle. Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole. 3rd and long.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Flush to his right. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. A big spot now for Stephen Gostkowski. He made his first attempt, this from 45. And Gostkowski, oh, he missed it. It's no good. Line to the left, and this score will stay right where it is. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done.
Ringo.
Now it's Haskins. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. With 2 seconds left in regulation, this to force overtime. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now.
Mike 51.
To throw again on second down. Haskins. he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. 10 yards there. Good for a Redskin first down. Little OT scramble drill that time, Mr. Davis.
And, partner, I can tell you from personal experience, nothing drives a defense crazier than having things covered and the quarterback takes off and picks up a first down or big yardage. Because whether you're in zone or man, it's easy to lose track of him because you don't always have someone assigned to him, and once he goes, now everybody's scrambling to try and tackle him.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 43-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Double tight, guys, double tight. Hey, hey, hey. We got three, we got three. 3 down, 3 down.
A first carry now for Kofrani Muhammad. And he may have given those 6 yards right back as they're going to get to him well behind the line. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down. 2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. In need of a 3rd and 10 conversion to keep this opening drive of OT alive.
Here we go. Shoot.
3rd down. Here's Haskins. Caught by Sanu. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Here's Tressway now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. He'll field this at the 5. And call that an even 50 yards on the punt with 7 on the return. And the Pats will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10.
Watch the run, watch the run.
They begin with Michel on the ground. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot first down. Well, there's no shortage of great young runners in the NFL, but don't forget about that guy, Sony Michel. First-round pick in 2018. Almost hit 1,000 yards as a rookie, 931 to be exact, to go along with 6 scores for the former Georgia Bulldog.
Switch it, sway. Sam on.
Jam.
Go.
Keeping it on the ground on first, Michel. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime.
At the 24-yard line.
Got it.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
6-6. Pull it high.
Check.
There.
Check. Lucky.
Shoot.
Now Michel. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT.
Gator. Go.
Hey, switch gears.
On first down, no, bottled up, fumble, it's out, it's loose, and the Redskins scoop it, and they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. And a costly mistake. Coaches talk so much about ball security, and in overtime, so paramount.
Partner, do you ever wonder if maybe they talk about it too much?
Too much, yeah.
Doesn't seem like you can, but maybe by discussing it time and time again, and you know they overemphasized it here, it almost became self-fulfilling.
And any points beat them here. Field goal or a touchdown now. Following the turnover, it's Haskins. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. And now with 6 seconds left in overtime, they're going to take a timeout. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now Haskins, 3rd and long. Complete. Richardson has it. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Well, how about this? The very, very rare tie that we just witnessed. Hard to believe.
You don't see it very often. A bonus period of football, yet both teams go home a little bit unsatisfied.
Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver. I'm a believer.